Y'all, I used to read every single morning until life got too busy and honestly too distracting. But today, I want to start showing up for that slow, peaceful version of myself again. The air is just so crisp. It feels like the perfect October morning. And it just feels so relaxing and peaceful. It's quiet, there's no one else around, and I'm literally just watching the sunrise. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it has this beautiful orange blue look and a little bit of pink in the back of my house, and it just looks so beautiful. Just October, y'all, is officially here. The air is turning colder and I'm just so happy about that. I'm so tired of this heat, and I don't know what it is about this time of year, but I just really just want a slow morning. Mornings to be filled with just coffee and just reading a good book. So lately, y'all, I have been in the reading rut. I spent most of my days just doom scrolling rather than just reading. If I'm gonna be honest, I don't really care that much to read. I would rather just scroll TikTok or just watch a bunch of TV, and which is really weird coming from someone that wants to be a writer. And my mornings haven't helped at all because my mornings have been really busy. And I feel like my mornings have been fast paced. I haven't had time to have a slow morning. So I thought I'm going to give myself permission to just enjoy this beautiful fall day. So today we're going to spend the whole morning just reading, drinking coffee, making pancakes, just having the best morning ever. This morning, I'm giving myself permission to not care about the world and everything that's going on in it. So my goal today is to continue to read this new book I started called The Cafe Between Pumpkin and Pie. Y'all, I swear, every fall book you read, I promise you, it's going to have the word pumpkin or spice in there somewhere. The book has at least 3 mini stories in it, so I want to read the first story all the way through and then try to get halfway through the second story. But anyway, with that being said, we're going to go and spend the rest of the morning just reading. So if you're trying to get out of your reading slump and you love writing and you love cozy homebody vibes, then this channel is for you. Baby, you give me midnight. Y'all, lately I have been craving Starbucks pumpkin spice latte. I haven't had it in a while. So right now I'm going to go get a latte, and I'm also going to get my mom a latte too. She is not much of a pumpkin girly. She hates pumpkin. So I got to get her a different flavor, maybe brown sugar, because brown sugar is my favorite go-to flavor if I can't think of anything else. So we're going to go inside and get some coffee. Y'all, if I look crooked, I probably have the world's worst car mount. It feels like my phone is going to fall out any second. When I have been driving, it had fell out before when I was just driving, running errands. Anyway, I got the coffees. They look so yummy. Oh, they look so good. And it smells good too. So I got my mom right here. She can't stand cold coffee. I can't tell you how many times I try to get her to love cold coffee. She can't stand it. So I got her brown sugar hot latte, and I got vanilla sweet cream, 3 shots of espresso, blonde espresso roast, and I got her 7 packs of Splenda. She likes it really sweet. But I got the iced latte, the iced pumpkin spice latte with this basically the same thing as my mom's. Vanilla sweet cream, 3 shots of espresso, and that's pretty much it. So I was like, you know what? We could have coffees and we could just have a cozy moment reading a book. And I just want to sit in the car and just do a little bit of reading before I drive home, because from Starbucks here to my house is about a 15-minute drive. And then I gotta get settled. Then the pet's gonna want to play. So I just want to take a moment and just enjoy the presence here by myself. No one distracting me, no interruptions. Like I said before, y'all, I am on a mission to get out of the reading slump and fall in love with reading. I'm trying to find every small possible thing I can to romanticize reading and make it fun, because I know back in school sometimes reading felt very boring and like a chore. Because I ain't gonna lie, teachers, they did not make reading fun. They made reading seem like a chore because they always found the most boring stories they could find. And I'm like, no wonder kids don't want to read. The stories they pick suck. And I know they have no control for that because the state requires certain books to be read. But I'm just saying, if you're going to read or become a reader, you got to read things that you love or excited for. So today's reading, we are reading this book right here, The Cafe Between Pumpkin and Pie. I read this book last year and I really want to read it again because I remember enjoying it. And I read a few pages of the book, and it's crazy because the main character of the first story, her name is Hannah, and we literally had the same name. So I started reading it last night and I got about 20 pages in, and the first story is really short. It's 5 chapters, and I think the other stories are 10 to 12 chapters long. I don't think it has spice in it, so if you're like spice or a lot of it, then you'll be disappointed with this book. So with that being said, let's do a little bit of reading before I go home. I'm gonna set a timer for maybe just 10 to 15 minutes. So I read 3 pages so far, yes, and I have to say, y'all, this first character, Jake, I don't like the motorcycle vibe. I don't know, just something about the bandana and the short ponytail and the motorcycle. I just find it kind of cringy a little bit. I don't know why, I just do. He's doing everything a typical motorcycle cliche. He's wearing the leather jacket, the bandana, the ponytail, leather boots, and I'm like, even the kids in the book thought he was wearing a Halloween costume. I don't know, I just don't like that he's a motorcycle dude. But anyway. I just had to start reading. Jake, this guy's character in the first story, he is just an interesting guy. Listen to this part. He said he liked sex a lot. Nothing felt better than the hard vibration of a bite between his thighs, unless it was the smooth naked side. I don't want to read the rest of it. Who thinks this stuff? Nothing felt better than a hard vibration of a bite between his thighs. What does that mean? I'm sorry, what the heck? That's weird. I'm sorry, that's really weird. He's not my favorite male love interest of a story. The story's good, but what? This biker vibe thing he has going on is, I'd be so turned off from it if I was Hannah in this book. Okay, y'all, so we got into chapter 2 halfway through the first story, and honestly I feel like I didn't do a good enough job or at all explaining what this story is about. So basically the first story is about this Halloween myth, small town legend. If you look in the mirror and just do this little chant, recite these words, and then it reveals to you who your future husband or wife would be. And she doesn't believe in that legend, but she takes a chance because she really wants to find love. And she realized that it's the guy she's with, that biker guy Jake, might be her future husband, and she's having a hard time believing that the legend could be true. Maybe it's wrong. And this book is set during Halloween, literally Halloween night. Everybody's trick-or-treating. The whole town's having a parade. Candy's given out, and local stores are giving out treats, whoopie pies, and muffins, cupcakes, and all that good stuff. So it's really cute, fun town vibes. But anyway, y'all, my stomach is growling right now. I did not have breakfast at all. That was just a bad idea. I was eat and drink water before you had coffee, but I really wanted some coffee this morning. So I'm really craving some pumpkin pancakes. even though I don't have any, all I have is apple. I tried my best to find pumpkin flavored pancakes, couldn't find it. So I have apple cinnamon flavored pancakes. Nothing hits better in the morning than a good stack of pancakes, especially around this time of the year. Apple flavor or pumpkin flavor, and having a stack of pancakes while I read, it just gives me the vibe that we're gonna have a slow, peaceful morning, no rush morning at all. But anyway, with that being said, let's go make some pancakes. I'm a little disappointed in myself, and it's close to lunchtime and I did not get a lot of reading done this morning like I wanted to, because I ain't gonna lie, y'all, filming this and making all the clips for the vlog makes it a little bit harder to get some good reading in. But at the same time though, I am happy with myself because it forced me to pick up a book and actually read. So I got a few pages in. Even though I didn't finish the first story like I wanted to this morning, I still enjoyed reading. And I try to remember that reading isn't a race, or it's not me trying to prove to everybody that I read and completed a whole book in one morning. Because if you try to speed read, it takes away the joy of enjoy a good story. I see a lot of girls on TikTok and YouTube that said they finished a book in one day, or they've read 20 plus books in 1 month, and I'm like, good for you. But at the same time though, are you really soaking in the book? Are you enjoying the characters? Are you having time to digest the theme of the book, or you just trying to prove that you could read a lot of books to everyone? And me, I want to take my time reading. I want to enjoy it. I want to take in the characters. I want to sink myself into the world they're in. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that I don't want to treat it as a competition or a race. I just want to enjoy and take my time. But at the same time, challenging myself with doing these vlogs is help me put the phone down and read. I had this goal for the end of the year to just spend 30 minutes a day on TikTok. I know that's not a really great goal, but I'm trying to do baby steps of trying to not spend all day scrolling, because I'm telling you, I could spend hours scrolling, y'all. I have a habit tracker for reading. My goal was to read 30 minutes a day for this month, the minimum. But anyway, I'm trying to find all the ways I can to make reading fun. I try to romanticize it, light a candle, get coffee, make pancakes, and just make it fun, because I feel like reading doesn't have to be a bore. So anyway, I'm going to do a little bit more reading and see how far I get then, and go on for the rest of the day. Right now is 3 in the afternoon, so I was like, you know what, I want to write book reviews. Maybe I want to write down some favorite quotes, maybe find some Pinterest photos that just remind me of the book, just journal about my favorite parts and the things I love and hated about the book. So I just finished the book The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and I also finished the book from the You series. I remember that series that came out on Netflix called You. Well, after that show ended, I decided to read the series, and I just finished book 3. And let me tell y'all about book 3. I have mixed feelings about book 3. The U series, book 3 is called You Love Me. And Joe, he tries to be like a better man, tries to not be all creepy in his own weird way. And I had to say the book plot was up and down. One minute you think, oh my gosh, something really interesting is going to happen, high stakes level, fast paced, and then one minute it gets so slow. I DNF'd the book for a while, and I just now came back and finished it, and I had to say it was a bittersweet ending. And it almost made me not want to read book 4. But anyway, I'm just going to write down my thoughts on my iPad. So I decided to make a notion template for myself to just leave reviews on the book, write down my favorite quotes, the moments I hate about the book, the things I loved about the book, and maybe find some fanfic art from Pinterest on Google and put it inside my notion template. And just leave a star rating. I want to use book reviews to help me get out of the reading slump. And I feel like there's so many benefits to writing a book review. But anyway, I am going to spend some time right now just sit down and journal and my thoughts on the Pumpkin Spice Cafe and You Love Me. So I just got through writing my reviews for my 2 books. For the Pumpkin Spice Cafe book, I gave it a 4 out of 5. And the reason why I did that because I just don't like spice in my books. And I also did the same for the other book as well. And I know a lot of people disagree with that, but that's okay. That's just, everybody has a different preference. But anyway, the book was really good. I love Logan's character. I feel like he's so relatable to me because I'm an introvert and he's very introverted, and I love that part of the book where they first meet and I kept thinking, darn, will this girl ever stop talking? She hasn't stopped talking since the moment he walked through the door. And I just love the chemistry between both of them. They definitely remind me of Luke and Lorelai. Honestly, their characters were probably inspired by Gilmore Girls. Logan, he had abandonment issues, and I don't want to spoil why he has that because I don't want to ruin it for you guys. And Jeannie, I feel like she has a fear of maybe failure, or maybe she might end up like her boss because her boss was, I guess, a workaholic. And for the book like I said before, I gave that book a 3.5 stars, and maybe leaning towards a 4. I was torn in between which one. It's just that it was a very slow read. And also, Joe is such a terrible person. He does something at the end that makes you just wonder what's wrong with him. He said he wants love, but yet does the opposite of what love does. And when you read the ending of the book 3, you be like, you hate Joe even more. I think Joe is worse in the books than he is on the show, because in the show, to me, he is more nicer. In the book, I feel like he's more selfish and he doesn't really have friends, and people that do try to be his friend, he acts fake or thinks he's better than them. So he's very narcissistic in my opinion. But that's all I have to say about the books. We could be here all day talking about this, and I don't want to spend too much time doing that because I'm pretty sure y'all don't want to hear me yap about it. But anyway, that's it for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I hope this video inspires you to pick up a book and start reading it. And I'm on this journey right now of reading more books. I'm trying to do my best to put the phone down for a few minutes. Ain't nothing wrong with social media, being on it, but sometimes we be on it too much. So if you like videos like this about reading, writing, or just cozy homebody lifestyle vibes, do me a favor and subscribe to this channel and leave your thoughts below in the comments. I need to do better about replying to comments, y'all. I know I gotta do better at it. But anyway, with that being said, I will see you all in the next video. Bye.